Okay, so now let's look at the endocrine system. I like to think of the endocrine system similar to different train stations with different trains. Endocrine system could also be known as the glandular system, or essentially what's in charge of our different hormones, which are chemicals in our body that help us go through certain reactions or certain phases of our life, such as puberty, for example. So in the body, we have different glands, and each gland is going to need or give out specific hormones. So I like to think of each gland as a train station, and it's going to need a different train at a certain point. And in the brain, there's the main train station, which is the pituitary or the master gland, that's going to decide what chemical or what train needs to be sent out to which gland where and at what time. So we all have every single gland, unless there's a specific reason why perhaps you were born without one of these glands, but all bodies have all types of glands except for the sex or the reproductive glands, which are the testes and the ovaries. Now, testes give off testosterone and ovaries give off estrogen and progesterone. Now, if you're a body that was born with testicles, you still have estrogen in your body. The same thing is if you are a body that was born with ovaries, you still have testosterone in your body. The levels will be different, but everybody has a little bit of everything. We all have the yin and the yang. What's going to change are these levels. So let's take a little look at each different gland. Every single gland is also connected to a chakra. So if we start from the bottom and work our way up, we can see that the sex glands, our reproductive organs, are going to be connected to the two lowest chakras. So Muladhara, which is your root, and Svatisthana chakra, as well as your adrenal glands. Now, adrenal glands produce adrenaline and noradrenaline, which are essentially in charge of your fight or flight response. It's what makes you, protects you and makes you have the energy to confront a dangerous situation. So that as well is connected to Muladhara chakra. Then as we go up, there's the pancreas, which is connected to Manipura, the solar plexus. And a little higher up, the thymus gland, which is Anahata. Now, the thymus gland only functions when you are a child. As soon as you hit puberty, the thymus gland starts to shrink. Okay. And so the T lymphocytes or the T cells are then taken over by fat tissue or bone marrow. Right? So that's also something important to know. The thyroid, which is Vishuddhi chakra, is going to regulate your metabolic rate. So that means how energetic you are. As we work our way up into the brain, the pineal gland, which is super teeny tiny, is connected with your intuition. It's connected with Ajna chakra. It also produces melatonin, which can affect your sleep. And as we work our way up, same area in the brain, is the hypothalamus, which would be connected to Sahasrara. Now, the hypothalamus is also connected to the pituitary or the master gland. They kind of work as a team. And the hypothalamus is in charge, for example, of making sure that your body temperature is always regulated. So whether you're hot or whether you're cold, it's going to try and keep your body temperature more or less around 37 degrees. That's going to change according to everyone. And finally, at the very top, we have our pituitary, also known as the master gland. It's known as the master gland because it controls, as I said, this main train station, also controls a few other train stations. So the pituitary, the master gland, also takes care of the ovaries, the testes. When we hit puberty, the pituitary is telling you to change. You've hit puberty. It's time to go through that change in life. And that as well is connected to Sahasrara. So these different parts of our body that are going to secrete different hormones, different chemicals in order for us to go through these changes in our body can also be connected to our emotional states and our chakras. So it would be very beneficial to perhaps sing the Bija mantra for each chakra if you want to focus on a specific gland. So the Bija mantra like Yam, Ham, Lam, Ram. Every chakra has its own mantra, seed mantra, or even doing a chakra meditation could help you, for example, focus more on this gland if you have a specific goal or objective in mind.